Shehzad Poonawala joins us on the broadcast. Shehzad, another property now allegedly belonging to Arpita Mukherjee being raided by the Enforcement Directorate. It looks quite palatial. It's in a very posh locality in Kolkata. What's your response to what's been happening?
You see, while I don't want to comment on every part of the investigation, the larger aspect is that could Arpita have been a lone wolf as she is being made out to be? No, Arpita could only do this thing in the collusion and the connivance of the entire rank and file of the TMC and with the blessings of every powerful person within the TMC in government and outside. And therefore, this SSC scam is actually a public scam by the TMC, of the TMC, for the TMC. It doesn't stop at Arpita. It surely doesn't stop at Partha. And it goes at those who have been the benefactors of Partha and Arpita. And the question is that who are these benefactors? And that question is being revealed one by one as more and more piles of cash and tons of evidence appear on our TV screens. It is very evident that this entire scam was being patronized by the government at the highest levels.
And over the last 15 minutes, Shehzad, that we've been on this broadcast, we've brought to you raids being carried out in different parts of the country across 3 different investigations being conducted by the ED. It began with Herald House in the national capital, and then it, of course, moved to Partha Chatterjee, where 2 more locations are being raided in Mumbai, and now in Kolkata once again with one of the properties of Arpita Mukherjee. So the ED appears to be in overdrive. The opposition already has begun to call this vendetta.
You know, this is the teen murti of corruption. The teen murti of corruption wherein Sena has defrauded the Marathi Manus, the common man of Maharashtra. In Bengal, the TMC government has defrauded the armed Bengali youth. And in Delhi, the Congress party has defrauded the freedom fighters and the public of 2,000 crores. So this is the teen murti of corruption. And when their corruption is exposed, they shout that this is, vendetta politics, and they play the victimhood card. But they are the 3 musketeers of corruption who have been
Shehzad, I request you to stay on with us. We have Mukherjee Mondal, TMC spokesperson, joining us on the broadcast. Fresh raids being conducted, Mr. Mukherjee Mondal. Shehzad Poonawala says that Arpita Mukherjee and Partha Chatterjee are not the only ones involved. The buck does not stop there.
Let me ask my good friend, why not they going to send friend request to Mr. Partha Chatterjee through CBI and ED? I mean, look at their argument. I mean, it's still 3-4 days back. They are saying that why are you sacking him? Why are you taking action against him? And when the party, in its considered opinion, reading the public opinion, honoring the sentiment of the people, sacked him, and the chief minister also, took action against him by removing him from the cabinet. They are now coming up with a different story. Even we want to know what has happened to this particular, money. How this money comes from? Why does it come from? We want to know the source of this money.
That's very interesting because, Mr. Mondal, it's not just the BJP. Even Partha Chatterjee in his reactions has been saying that, time will tell you that this is a conspiracy, I'm a victim of it, and that the money does not belong to me.
You see when someone is in, ED's custody, police custody, he will say certain things, and I am not a psychologist to understand his psychology. He has not said anything immediately after his arrest. Even till today, he is not saying that he is innocent. ED has to come up with proper explanation, despite the fact that ED has got abysmally low record in convicting people, not even 0.5%. Look at this. And the amount of raids that they are conducting, raids only at the opposition's house. You have seen what is happening in around the country, what happened in Mumbai. So the raids only are conducted in the opposition house. All the BJP members are actually heaven's cherubims.
Okay, what we'll do is to get a clearer perspective on what's happening and what the ground reality is. Let me once again bring in my colleague Tanushri, who's joining us from the very location where raids are currently underway. Tanushri, what's going on? Enforcement Directorate certainly on an overdrive. Raids currently underway at another flat belonging to Arpita Mukherjee.
Well, certainly if you see, raids are being conducted, and these raids are being conducted. Now, what we see is that today 2 were raided. Right now, it is another flat is being raided. This is the second place where the raid today 40 are raiding for Arpita Mukherjee. Is in Anandapur, Rajdanga, and over here we've seen we have we have seen that, these flats are pretty... are all sealed. There are 6 flats over here, as we are getting to know from the caretaker. Visual 6 flats from the what we are getting to know from the caretaker, and 5 of them used to be rented out to the hospitals. Now these hospitals, certainly there are hospitals around the area, and patient families used to come and stay in these hospitals. So certainly the ED is looking into this, that this property was also being used as a commercial property. Now we have known from ED sources that several of the properties were used as commercial properties. Even Arpita's own mother's house, there were names of certain businesses being carried out from there. There were several shell companies which were in the Belgoria flat name, also in other flat names. So certainly after Taliganj and Belgoria, this is another place that is being raided. Arpita's mother's house had in Belgoria, there the ED had gone, but they had not found anything. So certainly several places are being raided. Today is the last day of the ED remand of Partha Chatterjee and Arpita Mukherjee. Now Partha Chatterjee till now has not said anything apart from saying that the money does not belong to him. On the other hand, Arpita Mukherjee has categorically stated that the money belongs to Partha Chatterjee. Men of Partha Chatterjee used to come to the 2 flats where the money was found, and over there his men used to keep the money. Partha Chatterjee used to come visit the spot, and he used to check the money, but she was not allowed to go inside.
Tanushri, what has Arpita so far said about the properties that are under scanner? Because deeds of these properties registered on her name were found at Partha Chatterjee's residence. As far as money is concerned, she's been passing the buck and putting the onus on Partha Chatterjee.
Well, certainly even in the case of property that has been owned, even in the deeds, what Arpita Mukherjee, according to ED sources, we are getting to know is that she is saying that these property deeds, they were only in her name, but she did not have any right over these properties. Partha Chatterjee had just named her in these properties. Even if you see in several insurance policies, we've seen Partha Chatterjee's nominee is Arpita Mukherjee, but Arpita Mukherjee has categorically stated that these deeds, she did not have them in her hand. These were in Partha Chatterjee's possession. These were kept in the rooms where the money was kept in. So she, even though her name has appeared in these deeds, even though the names have appeared in the shell companies or in insurance policies, she actually had no link with them. She just had knowledge that her name was being put in. Now, according to the ED sources, they are saying that how can this happen, that a person has knowledge that her name is being put in, but she does not have any right over the property. So Arpita Mukherjee categorically says that everything was, according to ED sources, that everything was controlled by Partha Chatterjee. Everything, be it the property deeds, be it the money, everything was controlled by Partha Chatterjee and no one else. So certainly Arpita Mukherjee is putting the blame on to Partha Chatterjee, whereas Partha Chatterjee has categorically stated, according to sources, we are getting to know that the money does not belong to him. It was not found in his residence. So therefore now it is to be seen that what comes out from the Black Diary, because we know that from the Black Diary several names have come out.
All right, Tanushri, stay